All right, so that stream was pretty good. It definitely got. It definitely started going bad when I was going in the store. So it only gonna make it about 20 feet. But that's behind doors. We outside. It's not a straight line of sight. It's all this stuff in the way. So I would have to test it again. Like at the actual location. We're gonna see. Headed back around the way. While I was out there, got me some peanut butter and jelly. I don't hate on the peanut butter and jelly. Comments open. If anybody want to holler at me tonight, before I take it down. Got a lot of decisions to make. A lot of ground to cover. I know one thing. For everybody that's alive right now, I know you gotta be with me, man. Life definitely be lifing and it's tricky. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of variables that come with being alive in today's age. But it's all a blessing because we're alive. It was all a blessing. Just figuring out how to move forward, how to stay connected, and how to be positive through it all. Remembering God's grace is sufficient over our life. His grace is definitely sufficient. And he'll make a way. God will make a way out of no way. I tell you. I seen a post today that said that fear is God's way of directing you. It's like his way of directing you to where he wants you to be. Like, so if you're afraid of something, you're afraid to speak in front of a bunch of people, then that's probably what God's calling you to do. He's probably calling you to speak in front of a bunch of people. And it's funny because that message lines up with what he told me, which was to don't involve your fear, because you're gonna be fear. You're gonna be afraid, but you gotta do it anyway, and just not involving the fact that you're afraid and moving, knowing that God is the one who, at the end of the day, is who's pushing us through. And I love to see how we in this time where a lot of people is waking up and seeing Christ for themselves and seeing, like, having a call. And I'm noticing that God is calling a lot of people. Hear ambulance truck, but don't see ambulance truck. There we go. That buddy go by. Fire truck. But anyway, like I was saying, man doing the faith walk right now, and he keeping his Bible in his hand. That's impressive to me. That's impressive to me to be able to see another young black brother such as myself with skin that look like mine's and hair that look like mine's, but to be walking out on faith and to be moving on faith and to being obedient to what God called him to do. And that right there is inspiration to me. And it's similar to my own calling, about like letting people know, you could do whatever. It's funny that we all got that call. So it let me know that, see, God is a God. He has unity into what he do. He's a unified body. He's a unified. He moves in unity. You know what I mean? And so to see other people answering the same call that I've answered for God that's amazing to see. It's strengthening and it's encouraging. So I wish brother a lot of success on his walk and scary nights, because I know how it is to move through the nighttime, move through the daytime, and move off just with God, how just letting God be the one to direct you. Sometimes you don't know what tomorrow look like. You don't know how you're gonna make it or how you're gonna see through. But one thing I know, we're none of us trying to end up. We not trying to end up slaves. We not trying to end up in bondage. We not trying to end up in poverty. We want the prosperity that God promises. We want the grace over our life. I don't got time to be locked in mopping nobody's floor and flipping french fries and burgers and presentation on plates and food. And I mean, when you young, I guess you could go through that, But as you grow, as water, as you grow and you put your dues in, like, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be no grown man working for nobody else. So we out here trying to find ways to support our families and support ourselves off the sweat off our own back. Without nobody signing our paychecks, you feel me? We gonna sign our own paychecks. I got some comments coming in. I ain't even been reading the comments. Who is this Socrates person that keep talking to me? I guess that's my friend. We friends, bro? I guess we friends then, huh, bro? My man Socrates, he been on 2 of my streams so far. And then I got somebody else, Azure. Let me keep my eyes on the road. I'm about to pull over to read y'all little comments. I'm gonna pull over so I can be safe when you drive. See, it ain't a lot. It's late, so we need a lot of traffic on the road, but still want to be safe. Let me see. Alright, let's see. Truth or dare, my brother. Dad Life 3169. Here go ahead. God ain't gonna save you for being dumb. I'm not dumb, man. I'm very intelligent, and my life is in God's hands. So, what does that even spell? Die and now. What is that? I'm gonna use this opportunity. So I got some people commenting on YouTube. I'm not sure exactly who these people is, right? But this is good, right? I want to say this to so anybody else that's watching this stream. This is something my father taught me when I was young, and my mother. I also accredit my mother to this too, because she affirmed that belief too. The way people talk to you out loud is the way they talk to themselves internally. So when somebody says nice things to you and they praise you and they smile and they give you good advice, you'll notice that that person sometimes, if they're genuine, they'll tend to have a good life themselves because they speak to themselves and on their internal. They're polite to themselves. They give themselves praise and credit, and they have a peaceful way that they speak to themselves inside. And when you have somebody who speaks to you negatively or says belittles you and says bad things to you and gives you just the worst things out of their mouth that they could say, what actually happens is they speak to themselves that way internally. So if you notice that they will have a really augmented life, not always bad, but just augmented the way that they move through life because of the way that they speak to themselves internally. And so they won't be able to find joy. And in the Bible, it says that one of the fruit of the Spirit that we're supposed to have is to be able to have joy, gentleness, kindness, compassion. Those are some of the fruits of the spirits. So, that's just something to keep in mind. So when somebody is talking to you, never internalize bad things because that somebody is saying to you, because that's the way they speak to themselves. And listen to the voice that God placed inside of you. That's why it's important to pray, read in the Bible, so you can understand, what is in there, so you can know at least know what the fruits of the spirits are, so you can try to embody those and try to find solace. That way we can speak to ourselves in an uplifting way. When we're the thoughts that's rolling in our head, we gotta learn how to let those thoughts be uplifting and positive and godlike, because the voices in our head or the way we speak to ourselves can often stem from a lot of trauma that we've been through, or things people said to us that we internalize, or things people did to us that we internalize, and then our body finds a way to cope with it, and then it can create. Satan will use those experiences to create the way you speak to yourself. So just rewiring your brain and your spirit through Christ, through reading the Bible and speaking to yourself positively, that is really important. It goes a long way, because I used to struggle with that. I used to speak to myself internally negatively, like, "Oh man, you're not good enough," or that just a bunch of bad stuff flooding through my brain about my own self. And I had to learn to start being like, you know what, man, you did your best. You did try hard. You did good. I fight to be positive to myself, and I block out all that negativity. When people bring negative stuff to me, or say I'm not good enough, or try to break my character or break my spirit, I never let it, because I just be like, man, that person's spirit is probably broken. That's why they want to break mine. And that gives me strength to carry on and to keep going. But I just wanted to say that, since I had this person in my joint telling me negative stuff. I don't know where these negative comments or these people, I don't even know if I know these people. But hey, it's part of being on the internet. It's part of it. And I love it here. I feel like God sent his people out here, to be in this world along with we're supposed to be in the world, but not of the world. That's what the Bible tells saints, be in the world. So here you go, you see me. I'm out here in the world. I'm definitely being safe. That's why I pulled over. I can drive and multitask, and plus I'm aware. One of the things that I know, I said, dang, it's not that much traffic on the road. I'm on a easy going block, and I'm paying attention. Believe it or not, I'm actually paying attention. So I can multitask, and at the end of the day, my life is in God's hands, man. I'm not afraid. I'm moving. But we gonna end this stream right here. This was just another little test that I wanted to do. I wanted to see how this held up coming down this way. So we out. Just tap in. Be positive to yourself and to others. God got it.